everyone, I'm Sarah and I am writing a novel, and today is day 7 of NaNoWriMo. Yes, Sunday the 7th. Anyway, my goal this month is to not only hit 100,000 words, or 100K, but to also make a video each day of the month of July, because it is Camp NaNoWriMo this month, and more I'm doing this just for myself, so you know, this is a little self-serving, but I wanted to track my progress while I was writing these books, because I am this month attempting to get two rough drafts done. I apologize for the noise. I am outside, and the reason I am outside is because I wanted to share with people where I write. And yeah, so this is my back porch, and I write a lot here. Maybe I'll insert some pictures just to kind of clip along. But yeah, I do a lot of writing on my back porch. I've got like a little inspiration altar. I've got my bike and all kinds of just random shit out here, honestly. And a lot of the stuff that you see up here by the screens, which I love. I have a screened in back porch. Anyway, a lot of this stuff is for my cats. I have 3 of them. They like to run around and they like to sit out here with me usually. They are not out here right now because I wanted to do this video uninterrupted, and they can be very demanding for attention. And so yeah. Now, it is July in Philadelphia, so it can get, we've had a heat wave this year and it's been getting up into like the 90s. Yeah, I got to 93 the other day, and we've been having a lot of thunderstorms, and the thunderstorms are not an issue. It's actually super nice to sit out here and watch the storms roll by, and just the trees and the rain, and it's just, oh god, it's amazing. It's just amazing. I hate to humble brag, but it's amazing. And I don't even think that was humble. That was me just bragging. But the 90-degree weather does get a little rough, and I do have a little fan you can see in the corner, and a lot of times I can sit out here until it's about 85 with the fan on, and I'm pretty comfortable, and the computer doesn't seem to mind the heat too much. It gets over that 85 degrees and it's, you know, it's all downhill from there. So that's when I go inside, and I will take some pictures of there. My desk, because I know all of you are just dying to know these things. I got rid of my traditional desk because we live in a 1-bedroom apartment, which is fine. It's perfect. We've rearranged the apartment in a way that it just works really great for us. I'm sure you've seen where my bed's in the background, and that's actually supposed to be like the dining area for the apartment, but the way this apartment's laid out, like, there's no way in hell I was gonna put the bedroom in the bedroom area, because there's the windows here. We have floor-to-ceiling windows, and it looks out onto this. So yeah, so my bedroom is just one whole wall, is nothing but glass looking out on this. I mean, why? You'd have to hate nature to not want that. Anyway, so I've got a non-traditionally set up living space, and my living room area has to double as both our living room, because we do have, you know, traditional things like television and a couch, and but I also have my ballet studio area there, and I also have my sewing area there, because, you know, in my spare time that I have so much of, I do other crafty stuff, because I don't know, I like to be busy. But all of this goes back to my desk, my traditional desk. It was a great desk. It was a glass top desk. We fished it out of the trash. I cleaned it up. I'm a trash digger. It's fine, whatever. And yeah, it was a great desk. And I hope someone else has taken it and is using it. And, you know, we took it to Goodwill, because not everybody's willing to go through the trash and get their furniture, but a lot of people shop at Goodwill. So somebody out there has a desk that came out of the trash. Mazel tov. Anyway, it was a good desk, but it took up too much space, and I couldn't have the creative space that I wanted inside the apartment while I had that. However, going back to my trash picking, my partner found this really nice tea tray. It's like a tea table tray. It's not a tray, it's like a tea table trolley. Anyway, the handle on it broke, so like the little actual part that you pull and push the wheels work fine, and it's got collapsible leaves, so you can fold it all the way out, and it's this nice round table. It's at the perfect height for a desk, and when you're not using it, you can fold those leaves down, or you can just fold out one leaf, which is what I usually do. And I mean, it's all wood, it's really pretty. I love it. I like that whole Victorian aesthetic. I don't I don't want to live in Victorian anything, but you have to admit their furniture was really pretty. Also, their clothes were kind of cool. That's about all I really want to bring back from the Victorian era, is like their clothes and their decorations. They can keep everything else. Anyway, that tea trolley is fantastic because it's portable, and it's as portable as it needs to be. So when the weather is really nice on my back porch, I roll that bastard out here, and there I go swearing again, roll that thing out here, set it up. I can stare out onto my beautiful backyard and my lovely teal tree chair here, and I can sit and I can write. And I usually do most of my writing out here in the mornings and into the early afternoon. And then when it gets sticky and hot, I just put everything in the center of the table, roll it all back into my apartment, and I can sit at my couch and reach my table, and I finish up whatever I need to do there, or I end up playing Merge Dragons. I do not recommend starting Merge Dragons if you want to have a life. Just say no to Merge Dragons. You've been warned. If you start playing it now after this point, I told you not to. This is not my fault. Anyway, it does double duty in there. I really like it. It's honestly probably one of the best desks I've ever had, just because it's so movable and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space at all. I will definitely put some pictures in this time just so that you can see what I'm talking about, and it's just not me flailing in the video of trying to describe it with my hands, which I'm sure is working perfectly. But yeah, so that's my working space. And so, oh, crap. And so I've got an outdoor working space, which I really do love, and then I've got an indoor working space, which I also really love, because I really like the way we've organized the apartment inside. I think it's really conducive to overall flow, and it's really great. There's not a lot of clutter as far as I'm concerned. I like a little bit of clutter, but I don't like to be like overwhelmed with clutter. You know, clutter, organized clutter, can be very creative because it can help you look up. And I just remember watching Ray Bradbury theater on television, and they were reruns when I was watching them, so screw you, I'm not that old. And one of the things I just loved about that television show was the very beginning of it. I think maybe it was Ray Bradbury Presents. Anyway, the very beginning of that show showed Ray Bradbury walking into his writer's office where he wrote all of his stuff. And his office was just like a little, you know, it was an office, a little room, had a desk in the middle, there was a window, and he sat with his back to the window, which I wouldn't do. Maybe I should, but I wouldn't do it. And he just had like bookshelves full of books, obviously. And then he just had all these random things. He had dinosaurs and stuffed animals and little statues from all around the world, and he had posters on his walls and just random unrelated things that he kept within an easy eyesight, so that while he was writing he could look up and just kind of look around his room, and he said it was very inspiring for him. He found his inspiration in his clutter. Now again, it was very organized clutter. It didn't it wasn't overflowing off of the shelf. It wasn't like hoarder wasn't hoarder clutter. It was very much like, oh, I found this thing, this is interesting, I like to, you know, it's sparking a thing in my head, I'm gonna take it home and keep it. Or just, you know, like a memory, a toy from childhood that had a memory for you, or, you know, we've all had that toy that we've made a whole complicated backstory up for, and then we're like, yeah, that thing, it's alive, it's coming with me. So that's what I say when I'm like, I like the level of clutter that I have, because I can look up and it can help me kind of focus my mind into wherever I need it to be. Like, I have a lot of Legos, but the great thing about Legos is you can build anything out of them. And I also make custom minifigs, and one of my newest favorite things to do is to make a little minifig after my main characters and my stories, because It's kind of like I can take the little figure and I can put it on my desk and it can judge me while I'm writing. But yeah, most of them are all packed up right now. I need to get everybody unpacked and re-put back together. Maybe one of these videos I'll share my Lego collection with you. Maybe. But yeah, so this video, again, I'm trying to keep these things around 10, 15-ish minutes. I think most of them are going about 13 to 14. But I just wanted to share my writing space with you and let you see it. And like I said, I'll take some pictures to kind of splice in while I'm talking so you can kind of see, you know, where it is that I sit and I write and I enjoy things. And yeah, I mean, I think it really works for me, but I like to be a very portable person. Like, you'll see on my desk that, like, I've got a thing for me to put my phone in, you know, a little phone stand, and I've got a stand for me to put my Kindle. I work with both of those because I need to look things up a lot of times. And sometimes there's just like, I don't know, it's just comforting to have them there. Do not ask me why, but it is. I'm a digital person. I like having technology around me. But the really super nice thing about all of that is I can collapse all of it down. It all fits in a backpack. I can take it with me anywhere I need to go. So I hypothetically could go anywhere. And before we moved, I was going places. I was writing at the mall. We've got a really nice mall around here, so I'd pack all my stuff up and go write at the mall. And I would write at the coffee shops around here. And I had this goal to go write in the art museum, but I haven't made it there yet. I will make it to the art museum. But yeah, I mean, I like being a mobile writer, somebody who could just go and anywhere I need to be to go write, or if I just need to get out of the space that I'm in to kind of like clear your head and just adapt to another space to help you, you know, focus better. I don't know. I read it in an article somewhere. It's an excuse to get out of the house. But I also like writing at home because home is where my free stuff is, like my free food, my free tea. I drink a lot of tea when I write. My beautiful back porch, my bathroom that I don't have to fight other people for, and if it's dirty, it's my fault. My cats are here. I love my cats. So there's benefits to writing at home. There's benefits to writing away from home. It just depends on what you need that day. But yeah, so as a beginner author, that is what I currently do. I currently write at home on either my back porch or in my living room, and I also step outside of my comfort bubble and I go to the mall or the really nice gardens we've got, and eventually I'm going to make it to the art museum. So someday I will make it there. Maybe I'll even make it there this month and I can videotape while we're there. That's how old I am. Videotape. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for attending this journey with me, and I will see you all tomorrow.